Welcome Leo to your November 2019 reading. I'm Jenny Florence. Guys, welcome back to those of you who are already a part of this amazing community that we are building here. For anyone that's new to this channel, the AZ Emotional Health channel, guys, I'm Jenny Florence. I've been reading cards for a very long time. I worked as an accredited counsellor for over 27 years. I've been reading cards for even longer. Guys, I have a lot of free resources out there in terms of support and help in navigating life, your journey. So I also give a free private reading each month to one of my subscribers. So do check out the information box below if you're interested in any of those things. Guys, this is a full reading. It's going to be a big monthly reading. We are in a very powerful time. Today I'm doing this reading on the 28th of October. It's a new moon in Scorpio today, sitting directly opposite Uranus, the great awakener, the planet of sudden changes, disruption in order to make way for the new. We also are in the shadow of Mercury retrograde, so Mercury will go retrograde on the 31st through to the 20th. So guys, back up your computers and be prepared for, I'm going to say, opportunities, maybe disguised as disruption, but you know, Mercury retrograde brings us a lot of benefit if we understand how to use that energy. So guys, we are going to draw runes first. I should also say this reading is for anyone with their sun in Leo, moon in Leo, any number of planets in Leo, or if Leo is your ascendant. You may also want to cross-watch, of course, for friends, family, partners, potential partners. So guys, let's just lean into our runes for a moment. Two runes have come out for us initially. We have the rune of fertility and the rune of strength. Now, the rune of fertility, it requires a completion of something. It's as though you are kind of fertilizing the soil for your own deliverance. It requires the completion of a beginning of something. I know that sounds mad, but it's kind of like if you've started. Let's say hypothetically, if you were to write a book, then this would mean you need to complete the first draft, or you need to complete the introduction, or you need to complete a particular chapter in order to move on. It kind of applies to phases of life as well. So there is some kind of a completion that's needed. You may be required to take action. The rune of strength. Very interesting, terminations and new beginnings. It says that the new life is always greater than the old, and be prepared for opportunity disguised as loss. Sometimes it means that you are going to need to let go of something or someone or some way of being, something with whom you have an intense emotional connection or bond. So together, these are pretty powerful pretty powerful dynamic duo, really. I'm going to place them up here because we're going to draw more runes now as well. Okay, we have the blank rune. Very powerful, guys. This is like infinite possibilities. It's like stepping into the unknowable future, taking a risk. This is a bit like the card of the Fool in the tarot, new beginnings. So there's definitely something that is coming to a close in some way this month for you guys. I have one more rune actually. Okay, we have the rune of disruption. This is very interesting, the energy of this rune, because it speaks of change, freedom, liberation, a need to break free from something. Interestingly enough, it can also be known as the Great Awakener, much as Uranus is sitting opposite the moon today. Interestingly, with the new moon in Pluto, we often use the new moon for setting intentions, but you know, I think with a new moon in said Pluto, a new moon in Scorpio, but of course Pluto rules Scorpio. The energy of this is all about the life, death, rebirth cycle. That is the kind of energy that is around this new moon. So this new moon, in terms of setting intentions, so yeah, wonderful Freudian slip in my language, this new moon in Scorpio is as much about setting intentions to let go of things that are no longer serving us as it is to identify and set intentions for the things that we desire in terms of manifestation. I'm going to say, guys, based on these runes, this is a powerful month for you guys. But there is a need to break free from something. There is a need to let go of something. I don't know if you're finding a yearning or an irritation. I'm just going to put our runes aside and we are going to draw from these tarot cards first. We're going to draw from a lot of different packs, guys, but I tend to listen to what I'm called to use. I know both of these tarot we'll be using both of these tarot to start with, but we will draw more clarification from other packs as well. Well, guys, we have the card of completion. I should just say, for those of you that are new to my readings, we always read our runes from right to left and the cards from left to right. We have a card of completion. Something needs to be wrapped up in some way. Okay, guys, Knight of Wands. It's a powerful energy. I'm going to say, guys, is this you or is this someone coming into your world? I think this is your energy, guys, but we'll draw clarifying cards in a moment from one of the other tarot packs. I have a tarot pack that focuses on relationship, kind of people that are around you. I think this is you. I think you're wanting to push forward in some way with something, but it does require a completion. You're needing to put something down in order to move forwards, to let go of something. Wow, guys, lovely card of success. We have the Death card, wonderful energy of new beginnings. Wow, this is so much terminations, new beginnings. And we have the card of Peace, lovely energy. Guys, whatever you are needing to put down, it connects into finding some sense of inner peace. You're coming through a conflict of some sort. Now, I don't know whether that conflict is within you, it's internal, or indeed whether it is actually around you and to do with circumstances around you or other people around you. This card is indicating that something around you has been conflictual or difficult, but this month you come through this, you come through it and you come out the other side. And I'm going to say I think you fly through it, actually. I'm not saying this won't be a month with some disruptions in it, and that would be typical of the Mercury retrograde energy. But those disruptions are coming in with purpose. It's like clearing the way. There's an energy of success here. It's like you know what you want. I think this is your energy, guys. This is definitely your energy. We'll draw from this pack first, and then we'll draw clarifying cards. You know what you want. I think it's the first time, guys, that's what I'm hearing. I think it's the first time for a long time. I say a long time, but I'm talking recent history rather than epically going back generations. I think it's the first time in a while that you've actually known what you want. And that's great, because this is the rune of fertility. Fertilizing the soil for your own deliverance. In terms of manifestation, in terms of moving forwards, we can't move towards that which we desire if we don't actually know what we desire, or we can't allow ourselves to connect to that which we desire. Let's draw some more cards here. Okay, lovely energy. Again, new beginnings. Literally, some of you may actually be literally setting forth on a new voyage of some sort, a new voyage of discovery. This is really interesting. These cards are just not, they're not delivering in the right way. I'm actually going to connect into the tarot pack that speaks about the kind of people that are around us. This card is right. This card is right, but we are needing to use a different pack right now. We'll come back to these in a moment. It's really interesting when you shuffle them. They literally just pop out. They slide out. And we are needing to look at this reading differently. Okay, I'm just going to place, I'm going to place this card here. Okay, Two of Fire. Yeah, this is the pack we need to use right now. Four of Water. Lovely. The Hero, another fire card. Wow, guys, you're being asked to step up, and it's like stepping up and being the best version of you, or stepping into yourself in some way. Okay, we have Emotion, Intellect. And we have Seven of Water too. This card is going to come into play in a moment, guys. We'll be drawing more from this pack, and I can see already where it's going to be sitting. But let's first of all look at these cards in terms of relationship, and we have another that's literally just slid out the pack. We have the Queen of Water. Okay, I'm going to move these along. I think we're still in camera. Pretty certain we are. Make sure that you can see everything here. I love that when we work with the cards and you put them down and another one just slides out and just says, actually, I'm here too. Lovely energy. So guys, we have a relationship card, partnership, teamwork, shared vision, goals. Sometimes, I'm listening to the completion energy here, sometimes it can indicate a kind of a power struggle, but I'm not getting that flavour here. But what I am getting is a message or a guidance around a power struggle within yourselves. It's as though you are doing battle to allow yourself to have something. Success, the card of success asks you to evaluate what actually matters to you. What do you want? It's kind of like you have a renewed vitality here, a renewed energy around you, particularly in terms of relationship. But something is needing to be completed and put down. And I think it connects into some aspect of self-doubt, because if there's a power struggle within you in terms of your confidence, your self-belief, it's almost like intellectually we can know that we are entitled to love, to receive love, to be happy. And yet, if deep down that has been challenged at any time in our lives, it doesn't take much to wobble us in that area. Now, so we have this card of partnership here, shared vision. I think somebody is around you. The energy is around you in terms of relationship. It's like somebody has reignited your passion. You, for the first time, as I said, in some way, you know what you want, whether that is in terms of your career or in terms of your personal life. Something has kind of like literally... it's like your passion for your life, for your work, for your desires. You've come alive again in some way. And that this is because you are coming to the end of some kind of cycle. There's still some aspect of confidence and self-belief that is sitting around you, that you are needing to reach a completion in. That's the part that you are needing to let go of, this termination and new beginnings. For some of you, it may mean a termination of something that's very pragmatic in your lives, but for others, it's most definitely connected to your ability to love yourself, to believe in your entitlement, to feel confident about what you want, and to trust. Very interesting. We then have the card of the hero, which speaks of opportunities, sometimes even a second chance at something. So if for some of you something didn't work out, it's like there is a renewed opportunity. For some of you, it will be a completely new beginning, a completely new opportunity. But this completion of beginnings, I think you may be revisiting something, and that's very typical of the Mercury retrograde energy. Let's talk a little bit about the positive aspects of Mercury retrograde. We often tend to think about Mercury in retrograde from such a negative viewpoint because it often causes so much disruption. Again, we have the rune of disruption. But you know, the amazing thing about the Mercury retrograde energy is that it causes us to have to not be charging forwards with an assumption that we've set our sights on a particular goal and that's what we're going for. Mercury retrograde encourages us to kind of review and to reflect. If there's a diversion, it's because we're needing to see something from a different perspective. If there's a hiccup in something, maybe we need to tweak our kind of vision to make it more in alignment, more attuned with the bigger picture or with our greater calling. So there's always purpose in the Mercury retrograde energy. I think you do get a kind of a second chance here. There's an energy of the hero, the protector, being the best version of yourself. There's also maybe somebody coming into your world, I think, who is perhaps bringing an energy that allows you to work through this lack of confidence or whatever self-doubt has been present within you due to past circumstances. Someone comes into your world who gives you renewed insight into yourself. Okay, very interesting. We then have the card of emotion and intellect. You are being called to rebalance, to realign, to listen to your emotions, and it's like a collaboration of what I would call mindfulness and emotional awareness. Sometimes we get knocked off balance, particularly if any insecurities surface. You are asked to not allow yourself to be sort of emotionally overwhelmed in a way that would mean that you were looking at a situation through the lens of the past. You know, anyone who's ever been caused to have any aspect of self-doubt, it comes from some situation in the past. We're not born with self-doubt. It's something that we develop through circumstances. And again, not always anything that's delivered towards us with intention. It's just something that happens to evolve and emerge for some of us. We lack self-esteem, as I said. For some of us, we know exactly where it's come from. For other people, it's just the way circumstances have emerged, but it comes from the past. And when we enter relationships particularly, it's as though we are constantly almost like self-sabotaging. The emotion intellect card is actually asking you to rebalance, to realign, to recognise any kind of what I would call emotional residue from the past, and to organise yourself within your mind. Again, not the ego mind that panics and tries to manage the emotions, but your higher mind. If we are in a mindful place, we can recognise if our sort of emotional scar tissue is niggled, and we can realign and rebalance. We can actually also allow ourselves to sort of step into the unknown, which is what this card here is all about. We then have the Seven of Water. Trust, faith, surrender, allow something to emerge, to evolve, to flow. And I would also say on the premise as well that we get what we need, not what we want, okay? Back to this rune of disruption, back to this infinite space of possibility, the strength, the courage to handle the letting go of something to make way for the new, the completion of something to make way for the new. Whatever is being completed, it taps into some aspect of inner confidence, self-doubt, self-esteem, self-worth. I think somebody's coming into your world who is allowing you, they've rekindled your passions, whether this is in a working project or in a personal relationship, one way or the other. Your aliveness, your vitality is really picking up. And with that energy is a little niggle of doubt. And for some of you, it might be quite a big niggle of doubt. I mean, you know, that's life. We have niggles of doubts. It's just a human thing. You're being asked to realign, let go of this, let go of anything that's holding you back. Use your extraordinary mind in collaboration with your emotions to power your way forwards, to let go of the past and to connect into this new vitality. Don't let any emotional scar tissue or any vulnerability hold you back, because we then have this wonderful card, the Queen of Water. Trust your feelings. Recognize that vulnerability is actually a strength. When we can listen to our vulnerabilities, actually share them in partnership with people. If we have fears, worries, doubts, when we kind of almost like take a risk and we share them with people, again, be thoughtful and mindful about who you share them with. You know, we shouldn't share ourselves with everyone, all and sundry, because that puts us in a very vulnerable position. But we can reach out to the right people. Trust your intuition, trust your feelings. Think about, sense who you can share with and who you can't. Recognise that vulnerability is a very honest place. It's a very honest position to stand in, and it therefore puts you in a very strong place. That is what the completion here is about this month. It is about owning some aspect of vulnerability and working through it, learning to re-find trust again in life, trusting that if there is disruption, if there is change, it's coming into your world with purpose. It does create a new voyage, a new opportunity. In fact, I would say for some of you there literally is potentially opportunity to travel, opportunity for genuinely powerful kind of new beginnings. Now I'm just going to move these cards down. I think they're still going to be in camera. Yep, that's good, because we're going to place these along here. I'm now going back to this pack again. Okay, wonderful card, the Devil. Be yourself. Don't be afraid of what other people think. Don't limit your horizons in terms of what you think will be acceptable to others. Wow, guys, this is magical. Okay. There are so many new possibilities. I actually think for some of you there's a new relationship or a new phase in relationship. You move to a space where you actually are revitalized within relationship. Now, whether this is, as I said, a working partnership in some way that connects to your career or some project where you feel full of vitality, full of energy to move forwards. The interesting thing is whether this is connecting into somebody in a working environment or a personal environment. You are being asked to really be your authentic self. Don't be afraid to share your fears, your concerns. Be your authentic self. Don't be feeling as though you have to be what someone wants you to be, because actually that has held you back in the past. You know, if we are not being our true selves, we actually undermine ourselves. I mean, there's an aspect of self-sabotage in that. Hence this card that connects in sometimes to a power struggle. I don't think this power struggle is with anyone else, guys. I think it's within you, within yourselves. Be yourself. Yeah, cut the cords. I love the image on this card because the two little figures that are dancing in this card, they look as though they are kind of almost like on leads. In reality, those strings, those chords, are only there because they allow them to be there. They can unleash themselves at any time. They don't have to be harnessed to the energy of anyone else. This is an invitation to be yourself and to trust that you are entitled to that. I mean, not even just, I think we intellectually know that we are entitled to be ourselves, but we don't always feel like we are. And that's the bit that's kind of being worked through this month. This is like an opportunity, guys, to dream, to really literally take a leap into the unknown, not necessarily in action, but in allowing yourself to believe in, almost like believe in the impossible, believe in things that you wouldn't previously have believed in. And there's ongoing contentment, harmony, there's so much promise here. This is a card of, I'm going to say, really healthy relationship. It's a card of marriage. It's a card of real joyful union, but based on the reality of who people actually are, nothing hidden. It's like those wonderful relationships that stand the test of time. And they stand the test of time because they're honest and they're real. Nothing is hidden. No one's trying to be something that they're not, or expecting the other person to be something that they're not. Guys, whatever aspect of your life this is connecting to, whether, as I said, it's connecting to an intimate relationship, an existing partnership that moves to a higher level of stability, of sort of individuality within relationship, whether this is connected to the beginning of a new phase of some aspect of your working life, this is really inviting you to trust and re-find trust, but re-find it from within. I'm actually going to draw some Moonology cards now. That's what we're being asked to connect in with here. It's an interesting energy. Your commitment is being tested. Luck is on your side. Just working out where I'm going to place this. Here we go. Your energy, your commitment is being tested. Luck is on your side. Guys, completion of beginnings. You are needing to draw something to a close in order to move forwards. There's so much about completions, endings, new beginnings here, and yet it doesn't feel as though it's some epic ending. It's an ending of something from within you. I'm going to draw from the Art of Manifestation cards. They give very clear guidance and very clear direction. Wow, guys, this is pretty powerful. We have a card of walk away. I'm going to place that right in the middle. I'm going to draw some more cards and then I will read you the messages that come up here. We have the card of shine. And we have the card of opportunity. Very powerful dynamic here. The commitment that's being tested is to yourself. This isn't a commitment to someone else. This is a commitment to you. It's a commitment to your own direction, to your own desires, to your own belief in yourself. Luck is on your side. The energy is definitely with you to create some kind of a change, to release something this month. I'll read you the messages in these cards. Walk away. Very clear. Walk away from this situation. When we face a challenging or unhealthy situation, it can be hard to let go and move on. Sometimes we stay in the hope that someone else will change, or perhaps we are so fearful of the unknown that we remain in the safety of a known and yet toxic situation. This card validates your entitlement to leave. Guys, for some of you, the completion really is to walk away. It is to walk away and free yourself from something that you have become tangled in. For others, I'm hearing it's a completion of some aspect of something within you, some aspect of the world around you that is no longer working for you. It could be friendship, it could be partnership, it could be a situation at work. But your vitality has been stifled, and I think you do see clearly the direction that you need to go in. I'm also hearing that there may have been envy around you from some party. Envy can be a wonderful emotion, bizarrely, when we understand that it can give us inspiration. But if people don't own their envy, it can be incredibly destructive. And if it's directed in an unhealthy way, it's really, really toxic. The cards shine. The time is right for you to spread your wings and soar. You have something valuable to share. Bring forth your greatest contribution. Step into your fullest potential. Show the world the real you. Reach out and shine. The universe supports your growth. I'm hearing for some of you, literally, I do think the envy of some other people have held you back. What's very interesting is when people are envious and they direct their envy towards us, we often end up being full of self-doubt. It's almost as though I guess there's a toxicity with envy. People who use envy as a kind of a weapon tend to make the other person, who could in fact shine and be really amazing, they tend to make them feel really bad about doing so. And there's that flavour to this aspect of the reading that's coming through. You guys are needing to leave someone or something behind. There's a situation that has stifled you and not allowed you to flourish. Whether, as I said, there's something within you from the past or something around you. But one way or the other, there needs to be a walking away. It is time for you to really step up and be your own hero. Be the best version of you. Luck is on your side. Opportunity is around you. We have this rune of infinite opportunity. This card speaks of new opportunities, although they may not necessarily come in the form that you were expecting. There we have the Great Awakener, the rune of disruption. Be alert, look beyond the obvious, and be prepared for opportunities disguised as loss. Well, here we have it again. If a new pathway opens for you, trust that it is leading you in the direction that you are meant to go. Again, trust. This is a month, guys, where you are being asked to almost like ride the waves of change. Listen to what's going on, feel your way through things, evaluate those feelings with your mindful mind rather than your ego mind. If something doesn't feel right, let it go. Completions are needed here. Let it go. Lean into the opportunities of new beginnings. Even if they feel a little bit uncertain, lean into the trust. Find some renewed faith. Luck is on your side, guys. Allow yourselves to unleash yourselves from anybody else's limitations. This aspect of self-doubt has come, I think, through other people maybe not being able to step up as much as you are able to, or maybe they're just not ready for that on their own journey. We can't change that. We can't change other people, but we can make a commitment to step into the fullest version of ourselves. And if the energy of anyone is toxic, walk away. You know, send them love, walk away. Truly, truly, a toxic situation that limits your ability to shine is not good for you. It's not good for anyone. Please don't stifle your own opportunities. Indeed, I would say, whatever you're needing to complete, it is an opportunity disguised as loss. Guys, really, really powerful reading. A huge month of change for you guys, but very powerful and really, really appropriate. There's so much new vitality coming into your life here. And as I said, I think for some of you, a relationship which actually offers you and brings you the level of healing that you need. But you may also have to walk away from people's perceptions or envy of that relationship. Sometimes if we meet someone and we really gel, other people who outwardly appear to be supportive actually are quite envious of those opportunities that we are receiving, and they can inadvertently, and sometimes often sadly deliberately, sabotage. We can also self-sabotage. This is all about moving beyond any form of sabotage into the possibilities that are being offered to you. So wow, Leo rising, moon in Leo, or if you're cross-watching, or Leo rising, this is a month of profound opportunity. So guys, awesome energy here for you to move beyond something and into a space of newness, new vitality, new life. Guys, so much love to you, and I look forward to connecting up with you again. Do check out the weekly readings that I do. They are there for guidance as we travel through the month, for additional guidance, additional grounding. So much love to you guys. So much love.